Hi students, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I'm streaming to you from beautiful Victoria here in Western Canada, the capital of the province of British Columbia. I hope that all of you are having a fantastic weekend so far. I hope you're staying healthy and happy. Students, in this class, we are looking at an IELTS speaking part 2 about an exciting day in your life. This is a members chat class. Everybody's welcome to watch. In fact, I encourage you to watch because after this class, we will have a speaking part 3 that will be connected to this topic. It will be about exciting activities and everybody will be able to join that chat. Welcome to our new chat moderator, Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Happy to have you in this class. That's awesome. Sarah from France. Nice to see you. I hope your weekend is going great. Students, this lesson is presented to you by aehelp.com for academic IELTS success. Visit us there. For the general IELTS, check us out at gieltshelp.com. We use these websites for these live classes all the time. We use the materials, the audio CDs, the practice exams, and the speaking interface to communicate with our students, and we will be speaking with students today. So check those out. I will show you real quick what those look like. This is our academic IELTS website here at aehelp.com. You can click this big red button that's just above my head there to join our premium IELTS package. It's a one-time payment for lifetime access. So you don't have to pay every month. You just pay once and that's it. We're an IDP affiliate. We're a British Council partner. And we are an IELTS test registration center. I'm a certified agent of IELTS and British Council, so you are in great hands with us. Welcome, Romelia, a little tongue twist there. Romelia, hi. Good to see our members joining in. Again, this is a members chat class, so to become a member, click on the join button next to the subscribe button. This is our general IELTS class at gieltshelp.com. You can click that big red button there to join our premium package. And when you click that button, you can use a discount code. The discount code is LEARN9. It's a new code coming from a new video that we just released on the YouTube channel. Let me put that video URL into the chat. This is a great video with a Band 9 candidate from Azerbaijan where we do a step-by-step deep analysis of that speaking level, so check that out. Hi, Chen. How are you doing? Romelia, reinstall the app. If your app is not working, reinstall it. We've uploaded a new app. It should prompt you to reinstall, but reinstall the app and it should work, okay? We've just uploaded a new version of the app, so thanks for saying that. All right. Students, that's right, we have apps and they should work. We just put them up this week. They're brand new. So if you have the old version, maybe uninstall that, reinstall the new version. I guess we should send an email to everybody if you're not getting a notification. So academic IELTS help and general IELTS help from your app stores. Check that out. Romelia, if you tried to reinstall it and it's not working for you, then send me an email with your OS and your device type so that we can figure out what's going on there. But it should work for both Android and iOS. All right. Fong, you're just in time. We're just going over some of the class details, so all's good. All right, so again, on the websites, not on the apps, but on the websites, you can use this discount code LEARN9. And you can definitely check us out on Instagram, IELTS_AEHelp and GIELTSHelp. Those are our Instagram profiles, and we post videos, vocabulary, our schedules. Subscribe to this channel to get updates of new video releases and of the weekly live chat schedules. If you have questions, send me an email. My email is adrian@aehelp.com or admin@aehelp.com. Both of those will work. All right. Students are scheduled today, speaking part 2 and speaking part 3, then 11th to the 14th. There's no class. I'm back on the 15th. This is kind of our regular schedule now for the winter season. Winter for me in the northern hemisphere. Summer for those of you in the south. So no class between Sunday and Wednesday this week as usual. And then I'm back on the 15th on Thursday with speaking part 1, and then we've got a full week ahead. So again, subscribe to the channel and you'll get notifications. Hit the bell button of these classes on your phone, on your device, so it should work. Yeah, Romelia, the Android should definitely work for you. We'll see what's going on there, but it should work. I'll check that out. All right. So again, there's this new release. It's a good video. It's on YouTube. It's on this channel. Check it out. Now let's get into speaking part 2 cue card. So members, students, speaking part 2, also called the long part, because you have to speak for 2 minutes. Some people find part 2 the most challenging because it's 2 minutes of sustained speaking in English, showing good English. And by good English, it means you have to tell a story. Okay, so you need a story. It has to have kind of a beginning, middle, and an end. And it kind of should be interesting. So it shouldn't just, you know, like be a boring old story. So it should be interesting. When I say interesting, okay, so you have to give a little 2-minute mini narrative. You can think about it that way. 2-minute mini narrative. Narrative is really just a fancy way to say a story. What do you think it means to say interesting? So what makes a story interesting, right? I think that's a good question to ask yourself here when you're thinking about part 2. And yeah, Sarah's the new moderator, everybody. So along with Carolina will also be here at times. So both Sarah and Carolina will be here, and they'll be happy to assist you. Sarah, I will chat with you. I'll have a meeting with you and we'll talk a little bit about what you can do as a moderator to help everybody, but I'm glad that it's finally working. All right, so what makes a story interesting? Chen says details. Absolutely, Chen. So good details. Yeah, so details, descriptive language, right? So a good story has good description. We describe the characters, the setting, right? So where it's happening, absolutely. So that's what makes it interesting. What else makes a story interesting? And here, of course, we're dealing with that band 7, band 8, band 9 level response. So according to the IELTS marking criteria, a band 6 is fluent, okay? A band 7 is good English, a band 8 is very good English, and a band 9 is expert. But when they say very good band 8 or expert band 9, they're not just talking about your English. They're also talking about your content. And the two are closely connected, right? So very good English or expert English is going to have very good content or expert content, right? So keep that in mind, everybody. Good to expert English will also have good to expert content, right? Okay, so Chen says details. Eldo says examples. Yeah, those are some details, examples. Eldo, you're kind of right. So it will be unique, right? will be unique. It'll be original, right? So there will be some kind of original feature to it that catches your listener's attention. So here it says, discuss an exciting day in your life. And if your part 2 cue card sounds like this, one of the most exciting days in my life was my birthday last year. I celebrated my birthday on August the 18th at my home with some of my friends. We ate birthday cakes and we had some really good discussions about life. This day was extremely exciting. We had lots of fun. Okay, it's a story. It's a birthday story. But it's definitely a birthday story, not your birthday story, right? So probably 95% of birthday stories have that content, right? So that doesn't really make for an exciting story. It's good. And with good English, you might even get a band 7 telling a story like that. But I don't think you're going to be able to get a band 8 or a band 9 with that kind of a response. It's just not detailed enough. And there's nothing really original about it, right? But if you say something like, one of the most exciting days in my life was my 25th birthday last August in the summer, we decided to have the birthday at my home and we all got dressed up like clowns. In the middle of the birthday party, one of my friends started throwing cake. In the next moment, everybody was throwing food and it turned into a big food fight. Although we made a huge mess in my home and my mom just went crazy, we had a lot of fun. I've never laughed that hard in my entire life. Now you're starting to climb into those band 8, band 9 range categories because you're creating an experience, an adventure for the listener. Okay? Does that make sense? By the way, I'm just making this up, right? So all I'm doing is from a simple visualization of a birthday party where I'm eating cake to a much more exciting visualization where I'm throwing cake at other people. All right? That sounds like fun, right? Anybody ever have a cake fight? People have those at weddings, usually not at birthdays, but hey, why not? Okay, so you want to make your content interesting, exciting, be creative, be imaginative, right? Okay, Aldo's like, nope. All right, so good detailed content that is unique, right? If you can't come up with a unique birthday experience because all you do at your birthday parties is just talk and have cake, then maybe try to think of a different experience, not a birthday party, right? Because then you're going to sound like every other person who's sitting the IELTS exam talking about their birthday party, and the examiner might just be going 657 657, okay? It also sounds rehearsed, so keep that in mind. So when part 2 response does not sound detailed or original, it may sound rehearsed, and examiners never give more than a band 6 or 6.5 for rehearsed sounding part 2 cue cards. I don't know if I ever asked Sarah, what was your part 2 cue card? So Sarah, by the way, has passed her IELTS now, everybody, and she's on her way to one of the universities here in Canada. So that's pretty exciting, right, Sarah? Sarah, do you remember what your part 2 cue card was for the speaking, just out of curiosity? While we get into this part 2 cue card here, our specific cue card for the day. Okay. So Sarah says it was about describing a beautiful object. Yes, so you had to talk about an object, right? And we've practiced talking about an object. In this case today, we're not doing an object. Just out of curiosity, Sarah, what did you choose for a beautiful object? What was your answer? I'm just curious. All right. In the meantime, IELTS speaking part 2. So step 1, read the card carefully. Very carefully. Okay, you talked about a painting. Okay. All right. So let's get into this cue card. So first of all, read this with me. Discuss an exciting day in your life. Okay, not somebody else's life, but your life. So discuss an exciting day in your life. When it happened, where were you? What made the day so exciting? How do you feel about this day? Okay. Read the card twice. It's a good idea. When it happened, where were you? What made the day so exciting? How do you feel about this day? So step 2, the category and the verb tense. Okay, so this is an event. And this event, what verb tense am I going to use? So we have an event here. And what should be my verb tense? Okay, Chayani says past tense. Sure. What else? So past tense, past continuous. Absolutely. Yeah, how do you feel about this day would be present tense, but most importantly, Fuang Chen, okay, present perfect. Because it emphasizes experience. Okay, so remember students, when you have present perfect, one of the main reasons to use present perfect is to emphasize experience. So what's the difference between this sentence, I went to France, which is true, I've been there, versus I have been to France? Okay. Simple present means I went to France, but it wasn't very memorable or noteworthy experience, right? Present perfect. I have been to France means I visited France, and this was an impactful experience in my life, which I will carry with me into the future. Okay? So you need to know this. Okay, you need to understand that the reason native English speakers, one of the 5 reasons that native English speakers, the main reason why native English speakers use the present perfect is to emphasize experience. So definitely, if you speak to somebody who is a native speaker and you ask them about an exciting day in their life, they will surely use present perfect because it's an exciting day. So it's memorable and impactful. So they'll use words like, I have never had so much fun in my life until that day, or I have never been as excited as I had been on that day. They will use sentences like that, okay? Tricky, but it's a good sentence. I have never been as excited as I was on that day. Okay, so they will use sentences like that. Does that make sense about present perfect and how present perfect emphasizes experience? So oftentimes, your teachers, when they teach you the grammar, they'll say, okay, present perfect started at some point in the past, continues until now, and probably into the future. But often, unfortunately, they forget to tell you that the main reason we use the present perfect is to emphasize the experience, the carrying the experience with us in life. Okay? Jatinder says, okay, got it. All right? So anytime you're excited, anytime you're talking about an event or a memory that's very special for you, present perfect should come into the picture. All right? Okay, tense, past continuous, present perfect, maybe some present for that last question. And it's an event. When we talk about an event, what should we include? And in what order? Okay. Yeah, exactly, Chayani. So the time when it happened, right? The location of the event. So where it happened. Absolutely. What else? The attendees. Yeah, who was at the event? Definitely. The activities and the experience. Yeah, so that's what's most important, right? When did it happen? And if you look at it, you can see that these connect to the questions, right? So time, when did it happen? Maybe I'll go this way. When did it happen? Location, where were you? What made the day so exciting? That's going to be a combination of the activities and the attendees. And then how do you feel about it? The experience. So if you think about it, sometimes the order of the questions is the same order as the category response, right? So here you can see that. It's time, location, attendees and activities, and then the experience, right? So we really will answer the cue card accurately when we follow this strategy in this case. Okay, so some ideas, students. Generating ideas is really important. It's kind of like the key to life, generating ideas. In university, it's all about ideas, right? Like, think about it. If you're in university, the professor expects that you have good grammar and good vocabulary and spelling, right? So it's all about ideas. 100% of your mark in university comes from the way you present your idea. It's your idea. How good is your idea and how well do you present it, right? So think about that, okay? In the real world, right? So in the real world, having good grammar, good vocabulary, that's just expected, right? So in university, it's not a big U. And work, it's all about having good ideas and presenting them well, right? In the IELTS, it's all about that for the band 789. So that's the next step, right? Step 3 is good ideas. 2 to 3. Give me some good ideas for an exciting day in your life. You should have some different ones that come to mind, okay? Not just birthdays, I hope, and not just weddings. So what are some ideas? Let's do some brainstorming. I certainly have some, and I'm sure some of you have had some exciting days in your life as well. So Fuang says maybe a wedding. Okay, so yeah, sure. We'll put wedding and birthday. We'll get those two out of the way real quick. So wedding, birthday, let's get those out. Those are popular. Okay, maybe not the best choice. I have a feeling that there are just so many other ones. Okay, Jatinder says friends reunion. Sure, I'm still looking for some other ones. And maybe some of you haven't had these days yet. That's why they're not popping into mind. But I know that some of you have. And I'm hoping that you will come up with it. Just try to think about those days where your heart's like, pop, 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 right? So Sarah says high school prom. Yeah. Okay. So have any of you had a high school dance where you danced with a boy or a girl that you had a crush on throughout school, and it was a really exciting day? You were getting ready. You bought some new clothes for this day. So did that ever happen where you danced with the love of your life? Right? Or so you thought at that point, maybe, and that changed after, right? But high school prom, don't be shy on IELTS. The examiner would love an original story that you tell about dancing with the person who you thought you would marry, okay? So think about a truly exciting day. Here's a question, okay? So I want you to think outside the box, okay? Sarah says, lost the dance due to the pandemic, okay? But maybe you made it up, Sarah. So, and even if it never happened, you can maybe just imagine it, right? Like in the movies. So high school prom. How about this one, students? So any exciting sports activities? Okay. Have any of you gone bungee jumping, river rafting, mountain climbing? So have any of you done any kinds of exciting activities that were, you know, a little bit scary, a little bit challenging, where you got yourself in a situation where you were worried about your safety, worried about being able to make it back home? Maybe you went for a big hike with friends that lasted for days and days, and at one point you thought you were lost and thought you would never make it home, and that day would have been very exciting, right? So has that ever happened to you? Okay, so try to think outside the box. I have a feeling that many of you have had days that have been more exciting than just a birthday or a Christmas party, okay? So any kinds of exciting sports activities. How about firsts? Think about firsts. So in life, when we have firsts, right? When something is happening to us for the first time, a big change in our life, those tend to be some pretty exciting days, okay? How about this one? Moving out of the parents' house, okay? I still remember that day very, very clearly. That was definitely one of the most exciting days in my life when I was like, I'm flying the nest, right? you kind of remember the, and we use this idiom, to fly the nest, right? When you leave home. How about that one? Okay. Or the first time you get on an airplane. How many of you remember that, the first time you got on an airplane, right? That would have been probably a pretty exciting day, okay? And you can even think about the future, right? So, or your first day at university. All right. Fuang's like, oh no, flying the nest. Yeah. Fuang, have you flown the nest, or are you still in the nest at home? It will happen. You will fly the nest. Most of us do at some point. Okay. For my example, I'm going to use the fly the nest scenario, okay? So I'm going to choose the moving out of parents' house. Why would I choose that? Why would I choose that? So why do you think that's a good choice? Why is that a good choice? It's exciting, right? We can create it's original. Yeah, we can create a beginning, a middle, and an end, right? Okay. So just like what I said, it's a good narrative. It's a good story. Okay. Now, all I need are my notes. So time, location, attendees. Time, and these are my notes. This is step 4. Okay, so time. Location. Attendees. Activities. Okay. Here I'm just taking some notes because I never actually showed you. So if I had the 1 minute preparation time and how I would actually do it. Okay. Okay, that's how I would do it. So you can see that I'm writing pretty fast, and that's all I would write, something like that. These would be my notes for time, location, attendees, activities, experience. Okay, so I would keep it very short. So let me show you again, because I think some of you might really be thinking like, okay, Adrian, but how do you do this in 1 minute? Okay, so I'm going to go back and I'm literally going to show you the 1 minute preparation time, okay? So the examiner says, okay, that's the end of part 1. We will now continue with part 2. For this part, I will show you a cue card with some questions. You will have 1 minute to read these, think about your answers, then you will have 1 to 2 minutes to speak. You can take notes in this time if you wish. Talk about an exciting day in your life. So here I go, 1 minute. Okay, watch. So let's start my 1 minute right. I'm going to start at 6:03:40 for me. So right now. Okay, so discuss an exciting day in your life. When it happened, where were you? What made that day exciting? How do you feel about this day? Okay, this is an event, time, location, attendees, activity, experience. I know that. Past tense, present perfect. Okay. Birthday party, wedding, going skiing for the first time. Oh yeah, when I moved out of my home. When I moved out of my home. All right, that was in August 1998, 1 month before the start of my college. I moved from Qualicum Beach, northern Vancouver Island, to the capital, Victoria, where my university was, into a 1-bedroom. I remember my friend was there, my best friend. He was helping me with the move, packing the car and unpacking in my new apartment. And then we had a going away party. It was really scary, kind of fun. It was expensive, and I felt like it was a new chapter in my life. Okay, so all of these, and then I write down as much as I can. Now, my first sentence. So one of the most exciting days in my life was when I moved from my parents' home. Okay, and that's about 1 minute. And then the examiner says, okay, your 1 minute preparation time is up. Please begin speaking. Okay, so that's how it works. And then I begin speaking. So I'm going to write this response just for practice. Okay, so let's practice this. just to give you some ideas of what this Band 9 should sound like. And then I'm going to give you a chance, members, to give me a response to this cue card question. So while I'm writing up my response, my Band 9 response, I would like you to think about an original answer to this question that has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And then in about 5-10 minutes, we're going to take some volunteers to practice this part 2 cue card, okay? So when the examiner starts me, I basically just go through my cue card and go step by step, okay? So one of the most exciting days in my life was when I moved from my parents' home. This was back in 1998, 1 year after I had finished high school and just a month before the start of my college classes. So I even remember that the exact date was August 15th. I have never been so nervous and so anxious as on that day, because I knew that once I had left home, I would be completely independent. My parents threw me a big going away party and invited all of my friends and family. It was a very special moment with lots of laughs and tears. My best friend Andrew helped me to pack up the moving van and drove 2 hours with me to my new home in Victoria. I still remember opening the door to my new apartment as if it were yesterday. I have mixed feelings about that day, because even though it was very exciting, I felt quite lonely on that first night alone in my new 1-bedroom flat. However, now I look back on this day with pride, since it was a key step towards becoming a young adult. All right. So I'm going to stop there and then give you a chance to kind of collect your thoughts. All right. So here we go. You can repeat after me. I'm using lots of kind of interesting vocabulary for you to learn. Here we go. One of the most exciting days in my life was when I moved from my parents' home. This was back in 1998, on the year after I finished high school, and just a month before the start of my college classes. So I even remember the exact date. It was August 15th. I have never been so nervous and so anxious as on that day, because I knew that once I had left home, I would be completely independent. My parents threw me a big going away party and invited all of my friends and family. It was a very special moment with lots of laughs and tears. My best friend Andrew helped me to pack up the moving van and drove 2 hours with me to my new home in Victoria. I still remember opening the door to my new apartment as if it were yesterday. I have mixed feelings about that day, because even though it was exciting, I felt quite lonely on that first night alone in my new one-bedroom flat. However, now I look back on this day with pride, since it was a key step towards becoming a young adult. Certainly, it was a very exciting day in my life. Okay, so that's my concluding sentence. All right. And if the examiner doesn't stop me, then I give more details, okay, about unpacking and getting settled in, calling my parents from my home, and so on. All right. Okay, students, so that's my exciting day. It's original. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Welcome, Domenico. Now I want to give you a chance to practice this. Okay, so I hope that all of you kind of repeated that, got some good ideas. And now let's hear what an exciting day was for you in your life. All right. So to volunteer, I think a lot of you know what to do. You have to go to aehelp.com. I'll put that into the chat. Okay. Then you have to, when you go to aehelp.com, which looks like this, you have to get into your course. So if you have the premium package that you can get by clicking the big red button, that's great. If not, you can try it free with the green button. There you go, that button there. And then once you get into your My Student account, you want to click on this Student Partner Speaking right there. Okay, that button there. All right. Okay, and then when you click on that button, bong, that button, then you should be in the user interface here, and you can get ready to practice with me by sending me a message. Okay. So you will see a little blue envelope beside my name. My name is Master here. Okay, and I'm looking for the members first of all right, so if you're a member, let me know. And premium students. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, Domenico, you can. Okay. All right. We've got lots of volunteers here. Let's kick it off with Eldo. I don't think we've heard from Eldo in a bit. So, Eldo, are you ready? Let me put my ears on, aka the headphones. All right.
Hey,
Hi, Aldo. How are you?
I'm doing great. What about you?
I'm doing pretty good, thank you. Aldo, how's your weekend so far? Is this exciting?
Yeah, kind of, because I do have exam on 12th.
Ooh, okay. So that's coming up on Monday, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Is it your speaking exam or the whole deal, the sitting part and the speaking part?
Speaking.
Okay.
Only speaking.
When is the sitting part?
The next day,
Okay.
13th.
I think that's actually a good way to have it. So I think it's good to have the speaking the day before and then the rest of the exam the following day. It kind of gives you a day to just relax, get yourself reset. So that's okay. That's good. All right. Well,
Yeah, but
Go ahead, hello.
I said I'm really nervous.
It's an exciting day in your life. Yes, absolutely. That's another one, right? Is exams. Fine. So another one we didn't mention is final exams. So when you have a big test, you don't need to be nervous. Just take a deep breath. Just imagine like you're talking to me right now. That's a good way to think about it. Where are you taking the exam? May I ask? What city? What country?
Oh, I'm from India, so I'm taking exam from India.
Which city?
Uh, Kochi,
Kochi.
Ernakulam. Have you ever heard about that?
No, I haven't. I'll be very honest with you. I have no idea. So, all right. Well, the best of luck on your exam on Monday. Um,
Thank
let's
you.
do this. So, give me a nice part two response. I'm going to assess your answer and then give you some feedback, and I will start you off. Are you ready?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, cool. Here we go. So we're done with part one. Now we will continue with part two. For this part, I will ask you a question, or I will show you some questions. You will have 1 minute to read these, think about your answers, and then respond. Discuss an exciting day in your life. Your 1 minute preparation time is up. Please begin speaking.
Okay. So you want me to talk about an exciting day in my life, right? So a couple of years back, when I was 16 years old, I was watching TV from my house, and I heard a doorbell, and I opened it, and I saw my one of my ex-neighbor came here to visit. Actually, they moved to USA, and they came here for a holiday, and that really surprised. They do have that really surprised me, and they do have kids, and the kids are really funny. They only speak English, and it was really hard for me to understand them. And we had a pet in my house, and the kids really liked that pet, and they asked their parents to pet that dog actually, and their parents allowed it, and they really pet them. And um, their parents want to go to their house, but the kids didn't want to go with them, so they let them stay here with me. So I really had to spend a lot of time with them. So that was the day I really excited. I mean, spending time with them is was really fantastic for me. Even though I didn't, my English was really bad at that time. I figured it out because I did have a dictionary.
Okay,
I
your
used a
time is up. I
dictionary every
will
time.
stop you there. And we will now continue with part three. Please put your note paper to the side as well as your pencil. And now I will ask you a question related to your response. Okay, so let me first of all start by saying that's about a band 6. Okay, it's
Mhm.
fluent. So fluent, but a bit repetitive with some. Uh, if I'm your examiner and I'm taking some notes, these would be my notes. So I would mark the part 2 of band 6, and I would mark it as fluent. And I would say decent use of vocabulary,
Mhm.
frequent repetition of words, slightly off topic and incoherent, and slightly disconnected. So those would be my notes for your response. Okay, so and some minor grammatical and language use mistakes.
Okay.
Pronunciation is okay. All right. So these would basically be my notes for your part 2 response. So just very directly, I don't think this is the best choice. So I don't think the best choice for this response is one of your ex neighbors coming to visit, because I feel like this was an interesting day for you in your life, but maybe not truly an exciting day in your life. There's a difference between interesting and exciting. And I think this was more of an interesting day in your life, or an unexpected day in your life, than an exciting day in your life. So I would choose a day that is maybe a bit more exciting. Okay. Think about that. So making the right choice for part two is very important. And the reason why I say that is because the only reason this day seemed a bit exciting is because the kids that were hanging out with you spoke English, and you didn't really know how to communicate with them, and that made it slightly exciting. And it's okay, but because it was only that one piece, you ended up repeating a lot of information and also going off topic and talking more about the visitors than talking about yourself. So this cue card, it really is an exciting day in your life and not so much other people. Do you get what I mean by that, Alto?
Yeah, I did it.
Okay. So I would recommend thinking about another possible answer to this question that's much more about you and why it's exciting for you as an individual, and then trying to say the response again. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So when you're in your exam on Monday, really take an extra critical look at making the right choice for your answer. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. And if you don't have a good idea coming from real life, try to be imaginative. So try to, say the most exciting day in my life was when I drove my neighbor's Ferrari. Okay. That would be an exciting day. All right. So you can also make it up if nothing's coming from real life. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Keep practicing, Aldo, and good luck on your exam on Monday. After you do your exam, come back and let us know what happened, okay?
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
All right. Sounds good. Bye, Aldo. All right. Let's see who else is here. Okay. Okay, well, let's see. We've got Chayani is one of our members. Zoraida, Raquea. Okay, let's try Raquea. Are you ready? I thought Romelia was in here as well, but I don't see Romelia suddenly. Are you ready? Domenico, Jatinder, Chen, Fuang, get in there. All right. Maybe some of you realized, I gotta go back and think a little bit more. Aldo, thumbs up. Great. Yes, absolutely support each other. Hi, Raquea.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
All right, that's good. Okay, so let's do this, Raquea. Are you ready to give a response about an exciting day in your life?
Yes, I am ready.
Okay, I'm going to start you off. Here we go. So that is the end of part one. We will now continue with part two. Discuss an exciting day in your life. Your 1 minute preparation time is up. Please begin speaking.
Okay. An exciting day of my life is my wedding anniversary on 13th December. I think it is the most favorite day because on that day I get married and it happened in my house slowly, and in that day my husband uh, always surprise me because of surprise party, and we will enjoy with my friends, family, and some relatives, just like most known persons. In that day my husband throw a party where we can invite our relatives, and first of all we cut the cake, and my favorite pineapple cake. So uh, we cut the cake and celebrate party. After that we have some dinner. because
Okay, your
the
time is
party
up.
is in
I'm
the
going to
night.
stop you there, and now we will continue with part three. For this part, I will ask you some questions related to your response. Okay, Raquea,
Yes.
same thing as with Aldho. You're not answering correctly. So remember this cue card. It says discuss an exciting day. An means one. Okay, you're talking
Okay.
in general about your wedding anniversary day, which happens on the 13th of December. And here, if this happens in the IELTS exam, the examiner right away, so as soon as you start speaking generally, like on this day my husband always throws a party, the examiner will think like this. They will think this student is off topic. I will stop them shortly after 1 minute.
Okay.
And they're going to interrupt you. So they won't even give you the full 2 minutes because they know that you're off topic, and they'll get an idea like, okay, it's a band 5.5,
Mhm.
and I will stop them as soon as I have the chance.
Okay.
So that's why, they say you have 1 to 2 minutes to speak. You have 2 minutes to speak as long as you're giving an interesting story that doesn't repeat information and it's accurate. Okay. So what
Okay.
you have to do is you have to give one day, not each and every day, like not like my birthdays
Mhm.
or not like my wedding days, but one specific day. Okay, so really pay
Okay.
attention to the cue card. By the
Can I
way,
talk about my past day or future?
past day, it has to be a past day because look, the card says when it happened. So when it happened
Okay.
means the exact day that it happened. Like in my
Mhm.
response, I say that it happened on back in
Mhm.
1998. It happened August 15th. So I give the exact day that it happened. Okay. And Eldho,
Okay.
if you're still listening, you can't start this way either. I forgot to mention this to Eldho, but yeah, so you have to be careful. Saying, so you want me to talk about an exciting day in my life? You can't start with just that kind of a situation either. You have to start with the day. Like
Mhm.
for you, Raquea, you should say something
Yes.
like, the most exciting day in my life was
Mhm.
my 5th wedding anniversary when my husband took me skydiving.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then talk about that specific day. Otherwise, it's very hard to get more than a 6, even with good English. Okay.
Mhm. Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
So think about it
So
again,
bad of me.
Raquia. Yeah, and think about how you can answer that better. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
All right. Bye, Raquia.
Bye.
All right. Let's try Romelia. Let's see if Romelia is here. I just have to refresh the page here. Just give me 1 second. Can everybody just relink? I just have to refresh the page there. And then Romelia, can you send me a message there just so I can make sure that you're still there? Petrus, I see you there. That's great. Okay. All right. So link back in. Thank you. All right. Good, students. Romelia, can you send a message in the chat on the website, please? And then I'll link Zoraida. I see you there as well, which is good. RKT Golden Music, by the way, welcome to our membership. It's fantastic to have you there. Raquea, it's all about trying though. So still, you deserve that thumbs up. Okay. All right. RKT Golden Music, if you have a different name on the website, please let me know so that I can choose you. Yeah, exactly. Chayani says, Raquea, you did great. Don't be so hard on yourself. Okay. All right. So let me see here.
Hello.
Hi, Romelia. How are you?
Not bad.
Good, good,
Thank you. What
good.
about you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm a little bit stuffy, but I'm good. Romelia, you have a speaking interview practice with me today, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
That's awesome. So, yeah, students, I
Looking forward
sometimes,
to it.
and it's a good way to warm up, good practice right now, right? So,
Of course.
yeah, what we're talking about, everyone, with Romelia is this a speaking interview practice. So you can actually book a full session with me for part 1, 2, and 3, and Romelia is going to do that in a bit. So it's a great chance to warm up with this part 2 for that, Romelia. Are you ready?
Okay.
All right. So I will start you off. Here we go, Romelia. Discuss an exciting day in your life. Your 1 minute preparation time is up. Please begin speaking.
Okay. Everything happened quite recently, so it's still a vivid memory. Uh, Last week, my friend all of a sudden proposed me to have a getaway in Italy. To be more specific, in Milan, the capital of Lombardia, and was an astonishing experience because I had the opportunity to visit the Duomo Cathedral, which is an architectural marvel, and to go on the top of the roof where we could admire the glorious view over the city. And in the same day, we took the train and we go to Verona, where we could see Juliet balcony, and was such a merge between traditional and the modernist, which impressed me. And I consider this is the most exciting day of my life because, to be really honest, I haven't expected.
All right. I think we lost Romelia. Romelia, are you still there? You were talking so fast, we suddenly lost you. I think you might have gotten disconnected.
Yeah. Sorry, my phone is just. Okay, I don't know where you lost me.
So your phone had an issue. That's okay. It happens. Okay, that was better. So that was better. That would be like a band 7.5. Okay. So the
Yeah.
examiner here is thinking, okay, fluent, original, good vocabulary. A
Yeah,
bit.
I have a close, yeah, the lesson was that I have to embrace any new experience, even if it was a Romani culture like mine. Uh, Although something stood out in this context. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so here the examiner would think, okay, that's about a band 7.5. It's fluent, it's original, you have good vocabulary. It was a bit disorganized. There was some
Like
missing,
always,
yeah, there was
my
some
style.
missing information, some awkward use of language, a little bit of awkward use of grammar, but overall, between good and very good. So everything happened quite recently. This happened quite recently. Everything is it's quite strange to start a sentence with everything happened quite
Yeah.
recently. It's kind of like
Yeah.
what happened? So this happened quite recently, so it's still a vivid memory.
Yeah.
And then so vivid memory, it's a good collocation. It means it's a clear memory. And then you said last week my friend proposed to me to get away and go to Nepali and visit an architectural marvel. Again, a nice collocation there. Yeah, okay, so it was good. And then you said in the same day we took the train and went to Verona to see Juliet's balcony. So yeah, I was able to figure out that you're talking about Romeo and Juliet, right? But you
Yeah.
want to detail that. So you want to say from
Yeah.
the very famous Shakespeare play,
Yeah. No
Romeo
wonder
and
that the
Juliet.
iconic playwright set his story there.
Yeah,
for example.
exactly. So you want to be careful not to assume that the examiner knows all of the information you know and then just skip over it, right? So you had a lot of information coming very quickly, and I had to fill in a lot of the details to make sure I understood what was going on here. Okay. And then you said this was the most exciting my day because honestly, I haven't expected it. Here, I would say because it was so unexpected and so much fun at the same time. Okay, so just repeat the sentence after me, and this is for everybody. So this was the most exciting day in my life because it was so unexpected and so much fun at the same time.
This was the most exciting day in my life because it was so unexpected and so much fun at the same time.
Okay, good. Now, Romelia, don't rush. Sometimes it seems to me like you're trying to rush your English, so slow it down
Yeah,
a
my
little
focus
bit.
is to be fluent. Yeah.
Okay, but it's in the right direction. So your vocabulary is great. Just work on a little bit slower, a little bit more connected information. Okay, using therefore, as a result, after that, a little bit more
Connected,
connected.
yeah.
Okay.
Linkers. Yeah, okay.
Okay. All right, Romelia. Thank you so much, and I look forward to our interview a little bit later on today.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye, Romelia. All right, but that was so that the idea was good here, an unexpected trip. Okay, so Romelia's answer was an unexpected trip, and that was really good. So thumbs up, Romelia. Thank you, Chayani and Rakwea. Nice. Okay, let's take somebody else here. Let's take Petrus. Let's kind of do someone who's maybe they're a member. I don't know. Petrus, are you ready? Okay. They're definitely a premium student, so we'll see what's going on with them. And members, hang in there. We've got more time, okay? So I'm going to try to get to as many of you as I can today, for sure. All right, we've got lots of time. As you can tell, I'm kind of leaving a lot of opportunity here for students to practice this part too. Hello, Petrus. Can you hear me? I don't hear you, so I'm not sure if you enabled your microphone or if you're using a VPN. You have to check your settings. Make sure you don't have another program that's using your audio. Okay, Petrus, check your setup, check with another premium student, or maybe ask Sarah, our chat moderator, and then they will help you out, okay? Yeah, it could be something else, Petrus. So just troubleshoot it. Ask some of your classmates and try somebody else in the chat. Okay. Just by calling me Petrus, it probably won't work. I'll give it a shot, but I don't know. Hi, Petrus.
Troubleshoot it. Ask some of your
Petrus.
classmates and try somebody else in the chat. Okay.
Yeah, no, there's some issue there. Okay, let's try somebody else. Chayani, are you ready? Students, you have to mute YouTube when you pick up the phone. Otherwise, you're going to get feedback from YouTube. Okay. Hi, Chayani. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing awesome. How about you?
I am doing good. All right, Chayani, are you ready to give this cue card a shot?
Yes, totally ready, I think.
Okay, good. That sounds good. All right. Totally ready is definitely ready. Okay, so I will start you off and then give you some feedback. Here we go. So your 1 minute preparation time is up. Please begin speaking.
The most valuable time in my life when I was separated from my parents' home. This is when I was 18 years old. It's near 7th of September, 2 months after I graduated from high school. And I even remember that my parents gave me valedictorian speech before I moved into another city. So Also, I have a farewell party with my friends. Even my boyfriend came into the party and give me some spirit and give me some message if I arrive in those city. And I remember that was one of my close friend. Angel was helped me to pick up my uh, suitcase into the train. So it took 7 hours from Jakarta into the Surabaya city that's located in East Java. Uh, at the first time, I have ants in my pants while separated from my house, but it's a bit down in the dumps because I was very sad, separated from my parents, even my younger brother, and a bit terrified. But that was made me out of the blue because I can make new friends in there. So that is the fascinating time that I have ever felt in my life.
Okay. All right. Good. Good. So you kind of went with the same ideas what I did there. So your time is up. And now
That
we
was
will
great.
continue with part 3. That was good. Okay, you're trying your English. That's fantastic. That's what everybody should do. You should always push to use new words, new idioms, and put together the speech. Okay, so that was about a band 6, Chani. So band 6, it's a tough one. Band 6 to 6.5, let's say. All right, so fluent with frequent small grammatical mistakes and awkward use of language, leading to incoherence. Okay, so you were fluent, you were using a lot of vocabulary, you were using some idiomatic language, you had a good story. But some of it was a little bit odd. So you said the most valuable time in my life. I don't know if I would say valuable in this case. So I would say exciting or anxious would be a better way if you really want to paraphrase. Okay, so the most anxious time in my life was when I was separated. You said I was separated from my parents. What grammar is that, Chayani? I was separated from my parents. What's the grammar there?
I mean, it's like move from my parents' house.
I get it, but it just let's keep it simple. So Chayani, in this case, I was separated from my parents. What's the grammar of that sentence?
Separate, maybe.
I was separated. Fuang has the answer. She's helping you. And same with Romelia in the chat. Do you see it?
Passive voice.
It's passive voice. Yes, I was separated from my parents. Now, that's a strange mistake here, and I want to show you why. So sometimes you have to be really careful because when you use the passive voice incorrectly, it can really confuse the person that you're listening to. So did you actively want to move away? Like, was it like your decision, like, I'm moving away from my parents' house, here I go? Active or passive?
It's like active.
It's very active. It's very active, right? Now, I'm going to have you realize why, right? Okay, so be really careful with these in the future. Can a child be separated from their parents passively?
Sorry, can you repeat it?
So can a child be separated from their parents passively? So is it possible for a child to be separated from the parents without their action?
I think it's both.
Absolutely. Like in a shopping mall when my older brother got lost, right? So I actually thought when you started to say this sentence, I was separated from my parents, I thought you were going to tell me about a story when you got lost in like a city or in a shopping mall and you were separated from your parents, right?
So it's kind of like different meaning.
Very different meaning, right? So I was like, I was separated from my parents' home, I thought I was like, oh my God, Chayani got taken away from home by people, or somebody kidnapped her or something like that, right? So I was like, oh, I was starting to freak out, and I was like, oh, okay, good. She just moved away from home. So I actually calmed down after. But yeah, so I was a little bit nervous there. So you have to be very careful, right? With when you're using that passive voice. Okay, so here it has to be active. So was when I separated from my parents' home. Okay, so be really, really careful. Okay, be really, really careful. All right.
Okay, sir.
All right. Now also be careful with your word choice, Chani. So you said my boyfriend came into the party. My boyfriend was at the party. Simplify, okay? Was at the party, okay? And gave me a speech. Not gave me a speech, but gave me some what? What did he give you, your boyfriend?
Spirit.
Spirit is okay, but the better word here, so don't overcomplicate unnecessarily. It's advice, okay? So my boyfriend was at the party and gave me some advice about what to do when I arrive in the city. Can you repeat after me? My boyfriend was at the party and gave me some advice about what to do when I arrive at the city.
My boyfriend was at party and gave me some advice if I arrived into the city.
Gave me some advice about what to do when I arrive at the city or in the city.
Give me some advice what to do if I arrive into the city.
Gave me some advice about what to do when I arrive in the city.
Give me some advice about what to do when I arrive in the city.
Good. So I think you have good English, Chayani. What I really want you to do for practice is to fix all of these like little awkward word choice and grammatical mistakes. Do a lot of repetition of your favorite movie stars, of your favorite TV shows, just to kind of transform your English into a more accurate form of English. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay? So watch movies, watch it with subtitle, listen to one of these sentences, pause it, say it, play it again, and then watch another piece, okay? So keep doing that, all right?
Okay, got it, sir.
Okay, good, Chayani. Keep up the good practice, and we'll talk again, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, sir, Adrian. Have a nice day.
Bye, Chayani. All right, that was Chayani. Let's try Zoraida. Zoraida, are you ready? So a lot of students, please don't call me, I'll call you. Are you ready, Zoraida? You can message me by using the blue envelope, okay, not the phone call. All right, here we go, Zoraida. Thanks for the thumbs up for Chayani, everybody. Zoraida, are you there? I don't hear you. Zoraida is a premium student and she's one of our members, I believe, but I don't hear you, Zoraida. I'm not sure what kind of connection you're using or what's happening there. So check that out. Okay. Let's give Dilla Fruz a chance. Dilla Fruz is a premium member as well. I don't know if Dilla Fruz is a channel member, so we'll see. Are you ready? Dilla Fruz, you've been very patient, and I want to reward you with a chance to practice a little bit. So Dilla Fruz, I don't think we've ever spoken before.
Hi.
Hi, Dilla Fruz.
Hello. How are you?
I am doing good. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you so much.
Dilla Fruz, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Uzbekistan. I'm from Samarkand. I live in a beautiful town called Kushrabad.
Kushrabad in Uzbekistan. All right, Dilla Fruz. And I see that you're a premium student as well. That's fantastic. Okay, Dilla Fruz, I'm going to start you off with this cue card and then give me a nice full sentence answer. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so discuss an exciting day in your life. Your 1 minute preparation time is up. Please begin speaking.
Okay. I had lots of exciting days in my life, but I'd like to talk about the last one. It was just last summer. We went to Samarkand, which is a historical city in my country. We went to an entertaining area called Family Park with my colleagues. It was opened a year ago. We went to the park in order to refresh our mind and to get relaxation. When we went to the park, we saw that it was magnificent and with unique architecture. There, we could enjoy ourselves. We played bowling with my friends, especially when I tried skating. I felt over the moon because I have always dreamt of trying skating, but before I thought that it was really difficult to skate. When I tried it, I understood that it was not so complicated as I thought. It was really straightforward, and I was really happy to be able to
Okay, your time is
skate.
up. I will stop you there. And please put the note paper to the side, and we will now continue with part 3. Okay, that was good. So that would be about a solid 6.5. Okay. So the examiner would make these notes with this response, okay? So fluent English, good vocabulary, grammatical range is okay, accuracy, some mistakes, okay, uses a template start, which is a negative, okay, and gives some detail but missing some connection or some connection. So it would kind of be the notes of the examiner would be kind of like that, okay? So one important tip for you right away is don't waste 20 seconds before you actually start your answer. So you took about a 3-4 second pause at the beginning, and then you said This is why it's so important when you're doing your 1 minute note taking to write your first sentence or to have your first sentence ready, so that when the examiner says your 1 minute preparation time is up, then you can start right away. This first part, I've had lots of exciting days in my life, but I want to talk about the last one. That's a complete waste of time, and that actually will hurt your mark, okay? I'm sure you might have heard that from another teacher or some YouTube channel that you should start that way. It's not a good way to start. Examiners hear it all the time. It's time wasting, and it actually makes the examiner frustrated. So just imagine the examiner hears 100 students start that way. It's not good, okay?
Okay.
It's logical, right? That it's and a lot of people do it. Unfortunately, it's just bad advice that's going around on the internet. So you want to start with, I went to Samarkand, which is a historical city in my country, okay? That's where you want to start. That's your starting sentence, okay? And then you said, we went to a family park with our colleagues, okay? Now, and then you said, we went to the park to refresh our minds. Refresh our minds is kind of strange English. We went to the park to have some fun, or we went to the park, use the topic of the card. We went to the park for some exciting activities. Okay, and then you're using the topic of the card. And then here you said we played bowling with friends. Okay. So in the mind of the examiner, you've said family park. You've said you went there with your colleagues, and now you're suddenly with your friends. Okay. It's a family park. You're with your colleagues, but you're also with your friends. Do you see where I'm starting to get really confused? So I'm starting to think that your colleagues are your friends. Is that correct?
But I meant the name of the entertaining place is actually a family park.
So why did you go with your colleagues, not your family?
Because at the time we went to a speaking exam, and after this we went to this family park with colleagues.
Were they
Actually,
your colleagues or were they your classmates or peers? Because you were at an exam.
friends.
They're your friends. Okay, so clarity, right? You have to remember, I'm the examiner. I don't know you, right? So what you want to say is something like this: we went to a famous family park with my friends that were at this exam with me in summer camp, because we were all together for the day, right? So you want to give me clarity on who you're actually with. Okay. And then I can understand that, okay, you went to the family park with your friends because you happened to be in the city at this time doing an exam together. And now I have clarity, right? So this is important advice for everybody. In part 2, you have to make sense, because if you don't make sense, your mark just goes zzz, boom, right? So coherence is the most important in the speaking section. Okay, especially after you get after 6 or 6.5 where it's fluent, it's really important to be coherent. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. I thought the best part of your speaking was when you started to talk about skating and how skating was very exciting. Then you started to go a little bit off topic about telling me how you thought skating was really difficult, but it turned out it wasn't so bad at all. I thought that was a little bit off topic. Make sure to come back to the topic of the exciting day. And skating was such a fun activity because it's so different from any other experience, such as walking or running. And so it was thrilling. It was exhilarating. Can you say this for me? Skating was a thrilling activity.
Skating was a thrilling activity.
Skating was exhilarating, feeling the cold breeze on my face as I slid across the ice. I'm going to write it and say it one more time. Skating was an exhilarating.
Skating was an exhilarating
feeling
as
I glided over the ice. And felt the cold breeze against my face.
And I could feel the breeze against my face.
Okay, so nice descriptive language like that. Practice that, okay? And keep remembering the topic. Exciting, adventurous, exhilarating, thrilling. So all of those words that are connected to exciting, okay?
Okay.
All right. But that was good. And thank you for volunteering, and thank you for being a premium student. Keep it up.
Thank you for your feedback.
You're very welcome.
Bye.
Keep it up. Bye. All right. So when you have that topic word, everybody, the exciting, think about other words that are related to exciting. The examiners love to hear words that reflect the topic. So I'm going to give you this advice here. Okay. And I should be giving you this advice all the time. So the examiners love to hear words that paraphrase the topic of the cue card. So in this case, exciting day, right? So they want to hear words like thrilling, adventurous, exhilarating, okay, fun, entertaining, anxious. All right. So all of those words, I keep forgetting the N, anxious, all right, are good to keep in mind when you're talking about an exciting day. Okay. Romelia is asking, should I use one of these words when I start the answer, or should I use the exact word? So should I say exciting? Romelia, I recommend that students use the exact word. So one of the most exciting days in my life, just to show the examiner that you are exactly on topic. Okay. All right. Dilla Fruz, thumbs up from Chayani. Absolutely. Thumbs up. That was good. Okay. All right, everybody, we've got speaking part 3 coming up. So if I didn't get to you in this class, Domenico, Alfred, Jacko, volunteer in the next class, okay? Everybody who's watching, we're using our website, aehelp.com, for this. You can join the premium course by clicking the big red button that's just above my head there. So keep in mind all of these lovely part 2 answers and ideas, because you will need to use them in part 3. Part 3 is connected to part 2. While you're waiting, if you want to get a good idea of how to answer a part 2 cue card, here is a video we just put up a couple hours ago with a band 9 example for speaking from with a woman from Azerbaijan. She does a great job. I just put that into the chat, so check that out. And then in 30 minutes, we'll have speaking part 3 coming up, which will be about exciting activities. Okay, so until then, visit us at aehelp.com for academic IELTS and gltshelp.com for general IELTS. Good job, everybody. You all deserve a clap. All right. I really love how you're all so brave and confident, and you speak and volunteer. That's amazing. So keep that up, and I hope to see you in 30 minutes for speaking part 3. Okay. I'm Adrian. I'm signing out from Victoria for now, but I'll be back very, very soon. Bye.